Hello, everybody. This is JD again. I got an interview here, basically. Basically, I'm corresponding with a reporter from a news agency. I'm not going to go into names of anything. But this young lady has been corresponding, and she asked me 5 questions. So we're going to make this like an interview. Her first question: how do I plan to manage our military forces? Well, one, we have to get the waste out of our military forces. We got military forces stationed all over the world that don't need to be there. That's first and foremost. Why do we have so many troops in Japan? Why do we have so many troops in Europe? Why do we have so many troops in South Korea? We need to reposition those. We need to see how we can get our reserves and our National Guard home right away and put our active duty troops where they need to be. We proved to the world that our reserves and National Guard are top-of-the-line troops. Now it's time for our top-of-the-line troops to take on the load, not the reserves and not the National Guard. We don't need to keep thousands upon thousands of troops in countries throughout the world that don't need us there. This stuff about keeping like 45,000 troops in South Korea, no, it's not needed. We need to back out of South Korea. We need to say, hey, that war's been over for years. It's North Korea, South Korea. We're here. We'll support you, whatever you decide. That's just an example. There's much, much more. Much more to that. Also, we need to handle the Afghan problem. Like I said, I will not allow Afghanistan to become a South Vietnam. That will be addressed. Sorry, military strategy. Can't tell you what to do there. Okay? But yes, our military needs to be repositioned, and we need not to have hundreds of thousands of troops in Europe for no reason whatsoever. What are my views on immigration and illegal aliens, border safety? Here's my views. One, everyone says Norfolk is a sanctuary city. I don't know if Norfolk's a sanctuary city or not, but I will tell you this. I know a lot of people who lost their jobs in this area because of illegal aliens. How can we handle that problem? Well, let's see. When you work, you're supposed to pay taxes, correct? Income tax, state taxes. Well, these illegal aliens aren't paying any. Start throwing the CEOs and bosses of these companies in jail. Once you start throwing them in jail, watch what happens then. In other words, start punishing the people who are really at fault. The people who are hiring these illegal aliens. Once they stop hiring, guess who's going to go home? Oh, that's too simple of an answer. And it's a truthful answer. Something a lot of people ain't going to want to hear. Especially this guy who's doggone making thousands upon thousands of dollars off of these illegal aliens by running this company and paying them less than minimum wage or just barely above and not paying any taxes whatsoever. Secure borders. All I could say is anyone who don't think we need a secure border, and I'm not talking about people sneaking across the borders now, I'm talking about real danger. We need very secure borders because there's too many idiots out there who wish to do us harm. We need to make our borders secure enough so they cannot get in. Okay, now aliens, border safety. Now, how would I solve the problem with the housing market, the credit crunch, and the enormous problem with the plague, the auto industry? First thing, tell the auto industry is quit being behind the 8th ball. Start looking to the future. Quit standing there thinking, oh, they're buying this, so I'm going to make this. Because if they're buying it today and you decide to make it today, you're too late. It's like electronics. When something comes in the store, electronics, it's already obsolete. When you make a new model car out there, the reason for that car is already obsolete. You need to get beyond. That's right, beyond that. That is happening today. You need to be in tomorrow. An example. How many of you auto industry manufacturers are making a hydrogen car to sell on the American market under mass production? You know how many miles you get to a gallon of liquid hydrogen, which costs about $6? Oh, there's no comparison. Hundreds more than you get from gasoline. Plus, you know the pollutants after you take the catalytic converter, which isn't needed on a hydrogen car, out? The pollutants you get out of a hydrogen car? Water, H2O, steam. That's right. That's it. Why aren't you? Why aren't you automotive industry sponsoring cars that race at NASCAR that are hydrogen cars? Because once the people see them and see how well they perform, they're not going to want a fossil fuel car that pollutes the air. They're going to want the good guy. Yep. The American auto industry has too long been the follower. Used to be the trendsetter, now we're the follower. Okay, also the housing market. Why are all you mortgage companies doing these foreclosures? You are slitting your own throat. Stop the foreclosures. Stop them. You don't need the foreclosures. You don't need to do them. Be radical. Do something different. Say, hey, we're not going to do foreclosures anymore. We're going to get with the people and we're going to make it work. Plain and simple. Make it work. It can be done. Oh, that's something else that with me as president you're going to get used to. It can be done. No more I can't as an answer. It can. What will stopping foreclosures do? Make you sound. At least you're getting payments made to you. Your money is safe. And if you look like you're making sound decisions, guess what's going to happen on the stock market? People are going to rally around you like crazy. You don't need the government to bail you out. You don't need the government. You got the American people. You just need to believe and trust in them. Stop all your foreclosures. Stop inflating the housing market with houses that should never be on it. You knew you took a risk with these loans. Now stand behind them. Make them work. You can. Okay, the housing market, the credit crunch. First and foremost, get the American dollar off the floating market. At one time, the American dollar was good as gold. You know why? Because we used the gold standard. Today, put the dollar back on the gold standard. All it takes is Congress to do an act and say, whoa, 1 ounce of gold will buy this much in American dollars. Or this much in American dollars will buy an ounce of gold. And that's it. It won't go up. It won't go down. That is it. That is the value of the American dollar. That will start increasing our economy. That will make us a solid economy. Hey, if the world doesn't want the American dollar, they can actually turn it in for gold. And right now, the American dollar floats on gold like crazy. They can grab a whole bunch of American dollars, and in a couple of days, if it falls, get a lot more worth in gold. They can make a fortune on a floating dollar. Stop it. Make the American dollar tied back to gold like it originally was. I will continue this interview on another video. But right now, there's some of the items from my interview. Thank you.